I love it. From the race characteristic, from the circuit itself, I love it. I love it also from the people and the visitors.
Everybody loves to come to the Nürburgring. It's the highlight for everybody. It's not also for the German, it's for everybody the highlight.
It's a good balance between races and some fun for the spectators.
So many people, so many fans here, and nice racetrack, and also nice weather.
It's a very famous organization here. It's the biggest truck event of the year, and it's very great to stay here and to drive the truck.
Yeah, here you have a really big show. It's nice for sure. You have the European trucks here, then you have the Mittelrhein Cup with all the British trucks. So you see a lot of truck racing here, and then you have the big show and the big party with live music in the Mühlenbachschleife. So for sure, this is the greatest race to come and to see.
From every kind of corners, it's something here. So fast, slow corners, uphill, downhill. So of course, it's a nice track.
It's the Engelkashika, and every time I lose 2 tenths on the Engelkashika. Every year, every time. I don't know why.
I like every part of the racetrack, and every part is a little bit different.
You have 5 tons, and that's very difficult to drive.
When you love truck race, you must come to Nürburgring. You can feel a spirit, the spirit of truck race. You can see and you can feel it.
Nürburgring, that's a legend. But nobody lives in the past beneath Nürburg Castle. The 5th round of the FIA European Truck Racing Championship brought a purely contemporary show. 4 races, 4 different winners. As always, the results of the qualifying practice proved to be of key importance. But before the 5-ton juggernaut specials fight it out on the hot asphalt, it's time for something unusual. Great walk for the public. The starting grid is crowded and the atmosphere is just perfect. Meanwhile, the pilots are quietly sitting in the shadow, also enjoying themselves. But something highly original is awaiting them too. 4 days ago, this truck passed through a jubilant Berlin carrying the triumphant German soccer world champions. Tomorrow, it will be carrying Formula 1 pilots in Hockenheim. But right now, truckers will be waving to the crowds from the truck. But the pilots are here for a different job. The initial race of the weekend doesn't last long. The local guy, Reinhardt, had a collision and it takes a whole half an hour to clean up the track. Restart. Starting from pole position, Albacete in red MAN number 2 takes the lead. Hungarian driver Kish with number 4 behind him. The local driver Jochen Hahn is third. As the defending champion, he was number 1. There's not much overtaking today, but nobody's pulling any punches either. 3 MANs in the medal positions. Albacete first, Gish second, and Hahn third. The current overall standings the same.
Ha sido una carrera difícil, no ha sido fácil porque hacía mucho calor, que no es normal para aquí, para Nürburgring. Y bueno, los frenos se calentaban, las ruedas.
It's terribly hot, which is not typical here. I had problems with my brakes and tires. Jochen and Norbert were behind me. About midway through the race, it was clear that if I don't make any mistakes, I'll win.
Espero pues que sigamos en esa línea en las próximas carreras.
But other trucks are to be seen in Nürburgring as well. These are decked-out, shining monsters. There are no limits to their owner's fancy. And there are also specials ready for the harshest possible handling, trucks for the Dakar Rally. This is the very first time the Dakar Truck Elite has presented itself in a circuit race. Handicap race. The 8 best-placed drivers in the previous race swapped their places. 2 Germans are in the first row, Kerber in Iveco number 27 and Steffi Hahn. Her MAN has number 44. Kerber had won his first European title at a time when Steffi just started her school. Still, the blonde pilot girl takes the lead. Steffi clings to her position for a long time, but the Swiss veteran Bersiger finally prevails. Bersiger's MAN has number 7. Difficult moments for Wrzecki. The Czech, driving Bagheera number 33, was in an excellent 3rd place, but after contact with Hahn, his truck stayed across the track. All the competitors overtook him. But Wrzecki mustered up all his strength for a hot pursuit and finally ended up in a points position, 9th. Bersiger is 1st, Hahn 2nd, Kish 3rd.
Wenn du in der zweiten Reihe starten kannst, ist die Chance relativ groß.
Standing in the 2nd row, you have a fairly decent chance to win. Loss from the first race suddenly turns into an advantage. And I took it.
Davon haben wir jetzt profitiert.
An hour ago, Hahn sent David Wrzecki's truck spinning. A few minutes ago, he came to our crew and wanted to shoot this.
David, it's specially for you. Sorry for the day. We have a big misunderstanding in the last corner before the start-finish line. Sorry for that. I will come back later to you and will speak with you alone.
This is called fair play. The paddock has calmed down and becomes empty. The program goes on long into the night. This year, 170,000 came to see the trucks. For the sake of comparison, only slightly over 50,000 people came to Hockenheim for Formula One racing held concurrently. Nürburgring, that's one great feast, but it wasn't that easy for the pilots.
It's clear it's the biggest event in the European Championship calendar, and I think the most sponsors are here. So I think the pressure is for everybody the same.
Unbelievable, the big family, the trucker family, and also the fans. The fans, they go here for 5 or 6 days, and it's very great.
I have my family and my mechanics and the complete team behind me, and everybody have a function in the team. So in the end, I must go only to sit in and drive, and all other things work. So from this side, no, I'm happy.
It's push you also. It's not only pressure, it's also push you. We want to have a good result, and you give everything for the fans and for the sponsors. And if you are on the track, you are so much concentrated, and you don't see the fans around you. But after the race, and everybody is screaming, and yeah, it's very nice.
Kish did win the pole position, but penalization moved him down the field. Sunday's qualifying practice set the stage like this. Truckers spend the last seconds before the start in a world of their own. They won't be alone on the track anymore. Sunday's Cup race, 23 pilots and 13 laps. The spectators are jubilant. A local driver takes the lead. Jochen Hahn has captured 3 titles. He was European champion 3 times in a row. Albacete of Spain was runner-up behind Hahn on 3 occasions. We'll see the same standings at the end of this race too. Czech driver Adam Lacko has climbed up to the bronze position. Adam is 4th in the current standings. His Bagheera number 55, as one of the few, manages to stand up to the MAN predominance. There is a Bagheera in the 4th place as well. Czech driver Bashetsky is successful in fighting off heavy attacks by the Hungarian Kish. Hahn is 1st, Albacete 2nd, Lacko 3rd. The load of responsibility seems to be off Hahn's mind now. The German audience has its German winner.
Ich habe bis zum Schluss aufpassen müssen und habe in den letzten 2 Runden ein kleines Problem
I
bekommen.
had to watch out until the end of the race. I had some problems and wasn't sure whether it was in me or in the truck. I had to slow down a bit, but Antonio was fortunately further behind me. It's really incredible what a wonderful atmosphere this place can generate, year after year. The final race of the weekend. This is how things look like when you suddenly come to the top from the 6th place. Adam Lacko responded quickly, zooming past the Reinhard-Bössige collision and taking the lead. The line of trucks in Nürburgring is truly endless. Albacete in the 2nd place unflaggingly keeps attacking Lacko in the lead. Brzezinski fought his way to the bronze position. Hahn, number 1, is pushing ahead too, but he is ruthlessly swept out of the track by Hungarian Major. Adam Lacko is having a field day. 3rd in the cup race, 1st in the handicap one. The final race was a dream. After the start, I managed to wriggle my way from the 6th place to the top. Then I kept Albacete on my back and succeeded until the last lap. Superb. True to say, a Czech flag is hanging over the 3rd stand, but it's Hungarian driver Kish on the podium. Brzezinski was quickly penalized for overtaking under the yellow flag. The standings in the team championship haven't changed. After August's intermission, the truck racing series will continue in the Czech town of Most.